Dear students, today there is a lecture number 2 which I am going to start, and the continuous module 1. In the module 1, the topics which I am going to cover in this lecture is what is need, want and demand, and marketing orientation and philosophies. See, what is need and human need? As we all know that human need are the basic requirement, and it includes food, clothing and shelter, as we all know, and without these human cannot survive. But in today's scenario, apart from food, clothing and shelter, an extended part of need today has become education and healthcare also. Need is being divided into three parts. Physical needs. Physical needs include the basic human requirements such as air for breathing, food, water, clothing, and shelter. Social needs are the requirement of belongings and affection from friends and family. And individual needs. It depends on person's perception, knowledge, and environment. Generally, the product which comes under the need category, company does not have to push those products into the market. And how the companies used to push those products? After doing lot of advertisement and lot of promotional activities so that customer can purchase it. But if your goods are related to the basic needs, are related to the need category, in that case customer buys itself. In today's tough and competitive world, there are so many brands have come up with the same offering satisfying the needs of the customer, and that is known as need category product and has to be pushed in the customer's mind. Examples of need category products or sectors includes agriculture, real estate and FMCG. If I take an example of agriculture sector, if the companies are being producing the sugar, or it's being producing the oil, or it's being producing the spices, these are the daily requirements for the human. So companies don't have to push these products, a consumer will purchase it, right? Your toothpaste, toothbrush, your bathing soaps or laundry soaps, these are the requirements. In this case, company doesn't have to push these products. Consumer automatically, as per the requirement, purchase these products. If I talk about the social needs, now in today's scenario, everyone is being prone to internet. Everyone is having the most of the people are having the smartphones. If I talk about the youth, their social needs is being, justified by chatting over the Facebook or Instagrams or Viber on these chats on all these social medias. So they are being justifying their social needs. Earlier what used to happen, they are, get together is being there so that family or friends can meet and then they can discuss everything. Now the all the discussion parts used to happen on the social media. So if a person is having a smartphone and if there is no Facebook, no Instagram, is of useless, because now the youth is being justifying their social needs through these social media apps. Now, what is want? Want are a step ahead of need and are largely depend on human needs. See, if I let's take an example, you are feeling hungry. Hungry means you need a food, it is a need. But for a food, if you want to eat a burger or pizza along with cold drink, it that burger or pizza becomes your want. Just to justify that you are feeling hungry, if you want burger or pizza along with a cold drink, it becomes a want. If you need a car is your need. But what type of car? If you want BMW, Mercedes, it is your want. If you want need a laptop, what laptop? MacBook. It becomes your want. See, wants are not mandatory part of life. And examples of want category products are electronic goods, hospitality sector. It is not mandatory that whatever you want, a customer can have it. The most important, What is demand? See, a demand is a step ahead of want. Desire and ability to buying. Ability to buy means purchasing power. If these two, if I add these two, it is being known as demand. And what is desire? Desire is want. When the want is backed by the purchasing power, it becomes the demand. If I take an example, many people want Mercedes, but how many people can buy them? People only can buy them who are having that buying ability, right? Now the marketing concept is also known as marketing philosophies, and it is also known as marketing orientation. So don't get confused. Concept, philosophies and orientation all are the same things. Marketing concept or marketing philosophy means the attitude or course of business thinking of the management of a firm which guides its marketing effort. There are six important marketing concepts. First, production concept, product concept, selling or sales concept, marketing concept, societal or social concept, and holistic concept. The most important, production concept. It is the idea of production concept. See, what is the idea of production concept? Consumer will favor products that are available and highly affordable. Why I am saying highly affordable means it is of cheap price. It is available at cheap price. This concept is one of the oldest marketing management orientation that guides seller. It is a very old concept. Earlier, companies used to follow this philosophy, means the product must be easily available and at a cheap price. Companies adopting this orientation run a major risk of focusing too narrowly on their operations and losing sight of the real objective. See, if the companies are having a production concept, they are mainly focusing on the mass production. If you produce the goods on a mass scale, the cost of production is very low, right? Because your fixed cost is being reduced and also your variable cost is also being reduced. And if the cost of production being reduced, the product will definitely be available at cheap price. In that case, what is the objective of the business? Company forgets. Objective means either they are focusing on the customer satisfaction, either they are focusing on the customer need, either they are focusing on the product diversification, or either they are focusing on building the customer relationship. See, the real objective they have already been followed, and this losing sight is being known as marketing myopia. Myopia means short sightedness, means companies are not looking at a broad perspective. They are only focusing on the mass scaling of the mass production of the products. Right? Management focus on improving production and distribution efficiency. See, if the company is focusing that product should be available at cheap price, in that case they are being focusing on the mass production and availability. If company are focusing, that means they are focusing that product is easily available at all the locations. And the best example of these production concept is fertilizer, sugar. These are the products which is are available at every location and at a very reasonable prices, right? Next is your product concept. See, according to the product concept, consumer will favor those products that offer the most quality, performance and features. Managers in product oriented organizations focus their efforts on making goods and products and improving them over time, right? See, it is being an improvement over production concept. Now in this, if the companies are following the product concept, they are more focusing on their product, they are more focusing on the innovative features, they are more focusing on the performance of the product, right? The company's concentration is on the quality and performance of the product. Company is continuously planning and doing the development of the product so that they can differentiate their product from the competitors. No effort required for marketing the product. If the company is following the product concept, a very less effort is required to market that product. Why? Because if more innovative features are there, if more performance is there, more quality is there, in that case company is differentiated their product from the competitors, and customer can easily identify the differentiation, right? This concept is being used by technology driven companies. A very good example is of Apple. If I talk about the Apple is a product following a product philosophy, product concept, high quality products. They come up with, every time they come up with their new features, new performances, quality products, right? So Apple has set up the trend and standard in that smartphones. Another example is Google. If I talk about the Google has set up the benchmark in search engine optimizations. Every time they come up with the more and more features. Now the Google doesn't have to do any kind of ad. People automatically get attracted to use that Google products. Either it is Google Pay, right? Or it is Google Meet, Google Hangout, Google Duo, right? Innovative products. Next is your selling concept. The selling concept hold the idea consumer will not buy enough of the firm's product unless it undertakes a large scale selling and promotional efforts, right? See, in selling concept, management focuses on creating more and more sales, doing more and more sales, increasing the sales volume. They are more less focused on building the long-term customer relationship. Why I am saying long-term customer relationship? If you are maintaining a relationship and maintaining the relationship, it will continue for long term, and it will continue for long term. The customer will continuously purchase the product from that particular company. So in that case, a cost of acquiring the product, right, is being reduced, and if the customer will continuously purchase a product from a particular company, it will start getting a profit also, because cost is less, cost minimizes and the profit increases. Now, the aim is to sell what the company makes. In the selling concept, the main focus is whatever the production company has already been done, how to sell that particular product. They are hardly focusing on what actually the market wants, what actually the customer wants. The main focus is on increasing the sales volume. The main focus is on to sell to the customer. And if the main focus is on sell, in that case company are using aggressive selling programs. Aggressive selling programs with high risk. Why it is high risk? See, lot of cost is being required in aggressive selling programs. Means if let's take an example, if you hire the more and more manpower of salesperson, in that cost, in that case lot of cost is being required, like salaries, your office setup, everything. If they are not able to achieve that sale, means a risk. Your cost is already being done, and but you are not able to get the output from that cost, so there is a risk. An aggressive selling program is being used. See, unsold goods is being sold through these concepts. What are unsold goods? Unsold goods are that buyers do not normally think of buying. Means people are having very less knowledge and very less interest for purchasing that goods. Like insurance, we all know, as per the knowledge, we all know that insurance, they should a person should have the insurance, either health or life insurance. You never know when the uncertainty comes, and when it is being required, right? Charity, we all knows that we all have to do charities, we all have to do donations, but we are having a knowledge, but we are having a knowledge, but a little knowledge, that how that insurance will be beneficial at the time of uncertainties, right? How the charity or donations is being used or for the tax deduction purpose, and we are less interested. And for selling all these products, an aggressive selling program is really required. See, consumer will not buy enough of the firm's product unless it takes a large scale selling and promotion efforts. This is a crux of the selling concept. Now, the most important, marketing concept. See, marketing concept holds achieving organizational goals depends on knowing the needs and wants of target market and delivering the desired satisfaction better than competitors do. See, they are focusing on everything. They are saying that in this concept, we are going to achieve organizational goal. But how we can achieve the organizational goal? By knowing the need and want of that target market. Target market means the market group of customers to whom you are selling or you are focusing or you are suspecting to sell the product, and delivering the satisfaction what your competitors do. See, marketing concept is a customer centric approach. In this, we are main focusing on the customer satisfaction and value, right? And what is customer centric approach? And through customer centric approach, after providing a customer value, after providing a satisfaction, how to achieve sales and profit. Let's take an example of Coke and Pepsi. We all know that Coke and Pepsi are the competitors and both the organizations are selling the same product, beverages, uh, see, Pepsi is more concentrating on the youth. If I take an example, if you see the ads, uh, that ad that Ghoot में swag hai, they are focusing every time they are focusing on youth. And what Coke is being doing, Coke conveys a comprehensive methodology, right? Comprehensive methodology means they are focusing on quality, they are focusing on advertising also, and they are focusing on value also, benefits, cost, everything. See, Coke is including a comprehensive scenario. Means in advertising also, if I take an example of Dew, you say हार के बाद भी जीत है, so no, so this is what overall all methodology. But Pepsi is being more focusing on the youth. Their target customers, youth. Now, the main important, what is a difference between marketing concept and selling concept, which is very, very important for you all to understand the difference between. See, selling concept. Selling concept starts with whatever the goods is being manufactured, how to sold that manufactured good. The starting point is a factory and focusing on the existing product means whatever has been produced, how to sold these products, and what kind of promoting strategies they can use to sell these products, and what is the end. Selling concept ends to earn the profit for increasing the sales volume, right? And the marketing concept. See, marketing concept starts with the market. Why it is market? Before producing the goods, we have to identify at what market the company is going to serve, right? Whether the company is going to serve the product to the global market, to the domestic market, to the rural market, to the urban market, take which market they are going to serve. And in that particular market, what is the need of the customer? After knowing the customer need, in the marketing concept, a company has to coordinate all the activities related to product planning, related to product pricing, promotion, distribution, evaluation, right? Then they have to coordinate all these activities. After the end, a company will look after the profit only through the customer satisfaction, not for the increasing the sales volume. The most important societal or social concept. See, in the marketing concept, focuses on the consumer, short term bonds, right? Because bonds cannot be for the long term. If you need a MacBook, or if you need a you know uh, if you like if you need a particular smartphone, like Apple smartphone, or if you need a MI phone, it doesn't mean that this your want you want an MI phone for 10 years, that but you will be using that particular phone for 10 years, for 12 years. It is for short term, means you are being using that particular product for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, right? Your want is for short term, but the company is not focusing on the long term consumer welfare. Means apart from providing the product, a main focus should be towards the welfare also. Now the societal marketing concept is based on three interlinked aspects. What are the three interlinked aspects? First is your society and human welfare. See, in every action, why am I saying every action, means in every planning, every strategy, every thought, product, service, or innovation, the company must put the society first. Companies should look after, apart from providing the product, apart from selling the product, what they are doing contribution towards the human welfare, toward the society, right? Now the consumer satisfaction. Products and services should be created to satisfy consumer need, which we already discussed. Now the changing scenario of marketing, first to identify the customer need, customer want, customer taste, customer preference. Company profit. By taking care of human welfare, society, and providing comfort, business will make profit and maximize its wealth in long term. See, if I talk about the short term, might be people are not aware that what you are contributing towards the society, or what you are contributing towards the human welfare. But if you are following the societal concept and it continues for the long term, definitely you will be earning the profit in the long term. If your product is contributing towards the society and providing the customer satisfaction, in that case company will going to earn a profit in the long term. So there are three main verticals of the societal marketing concept: society, consumer, and company, right? Let's take an example. If I take an example, that Samsung Technical School is a project that empower girls to follow their dreams. See, Samsung are providing smartphones, electronic items, and all other consumer durable goods. They are offering to the consumer as per their need, right? They are doing a human welfare also in that technical school. They are empowering girls to chase their dreams, and they are being earning their profit in the long run. If I take an example of uh, a Hyundai, right? Hyundai is also running a same driving school in which they are providing a free training to the people who are interested to for the driving, and it is free of cost. And many things they are doing. If I take an example of Dabar Vatika, you people might have seen the ad of in which the Divya Balan comes. They are saying that if you purchase that particular Vatika oil, you are being contributing towards the girls' education, right? So in this way, the company is being selling the product also, and they are being contributing towards the society also. So this is a societal concept. Now the most important holistic marketing concept, which is not being adopted by many of the companies, but this holistic concept is a very very broad, and it is covering all the perspective, all the broad areas of the company. Right? It is based on internal, and what are the four main coordinates, what are the four main areas on which the company is focusing. See, in the holistic marketing, company is focusing on internal marketing. If I talk about internal marketing means internal scenario of the company, in which marketing department, senior management, and all other department companies, employees of the company. Next, integrated marketing. Integrated marketing means communication, channel, product and services, means all those things which are related to being the marketing. Social responsibility marketing. Social responsibility marketing, what kind of code of ethics you are being using, how this product is being contributing towards the environment, towards the communicative, whether the company is being taken the license or not. You all know that if I talk about the food item, the company should have the FSSAI license. That means you are providing a quality product, and there should be a license number which is being already mentioned on the package of the product, right? If you are providing any kind of a healthy item, there should be a green mark, means all these you are these all these is our social responsibility, means you have to inform about the product to the consumer. Next, the last, relationship marketing, how you are maintaining the relationship with your channel partners, with your customers, with your employees, right? These are the four main coordinates or main four verticals. Now the internal marketing, see, it deals with the relationship and coordination among the marketing department with the senior management and other departments like finance, human resource, information technology. It is important to establish secure and informative internal communication for the benefit of both employers and employees. See, in internal marketing, the communication should be very, very informative. Informative means there should be upward and downward communication, and it should be secure, means the information should not be leaked. It should be confidential between the employer and employees. Integrated marketing, the integration of product, price, place, and promotion of the marketing plan to touch all the aspects of marketing. The product offering has to be communicated to the customer using appropriate promotional methods, and it has to be made easily available too, right? Means a customer should be aware about the product on all the perspective, means what can be the prices, or how they can purchase it, through which medium, what are the features, everything customer will has to be purchase it. Nestle Slim Milk, means Nestle is, there is a brand in which the company is being following the overall holistic marketing, is available across all major departmental stores in tier 1 cities, and it is promoted as a healthy calorie free milk for health conscious audience, right? Means they are providing Nestle, why I'm saying slim milk, means the people who are very, very health conscious, they do not want a very high calories, so the fat could not put on. In that case, they are providing that particular product by offering, by informing the customer from all the perspective. The relationship marketing, the most important element of holistic marketing. It is important to maintain cordial and mutual beneficial relationship with the suppliers, distributors, customers, to develop a long-term and effective relationship, effective partnership. And social responsible marketing, a firm needs to fulfill its responsibility towards society also, right? Now the most of the companies are focusing towards this benefit of the society also. Only having a profit making approach without contributing towards the environment will make a viral about about the reputation, about the goodwill of a company, and it leads to loss of customer and imposing penalties and loss of license to continue the business in future. See, So then it should be, the company should be the social responsibility, as having a social responsibility also, right? A company must having a proper, if there is a food related items, a company should have a proper license. Or if a company is manufacturing the customer durable goods or automobiles, the company is having a proper license also, right? ISO certified license company, because company must be must be having how they are disposing their uh, waste items, and how their products are uh, contributing towards the global warming, right? Everything a company should have, means they should be socially responsibility should be there. If you're not having, in that case, there is a very wrong communication will move towards the customer, and there is a chance for losing the business. Very important example, like uh, if I take an example of Maggie, what happened? There is a lead content, right? It should not be there, and they are having a license also. And how it comes, they should be social responsible. And in that case, if Nestle would have not have been taken step to dispose that all that product which is being banned in 2015, to ask all the distributors, to all the wholesalers, and ask them to get the you know all the material and dispose them timely, it would have been creating a very wrong communication. But very sensibly, Nestle has done this. They have banned the Maggie for almost 2 years, and a customer is having a trust on it, right? And after the 2 years, the company came up again, launched the Maggie, and now the people are purchasing it, right? So, thank you, students, for this lecture.